Bulan tu kan? Nearly 1 month. 2 minggu cuti bertenang daripada UKM. And then last week, I ada bengkel for penjanaan. So tak jumpa juga. I think hari ni adalah hari yang minggu yang keempat baru kita jumpa. Okay. Bateri nak habis. Sekejap cucuk sekejap. So apa khabar semua? Ada sesiapa yang terkesan dengan banjir? Kurang-kurang ada sesiapa yang terkesan dengan banjir? Tak ada? So kalau tak ada maksudnya hari tu korang dapat cuti free-free je lah kan? Tak terkesan dengan banjir and yet korang dapat cuti 2 minggu. Betul? Semua senyap macam ni. Ni masuk tapi hilang ke apa ni? Tak meriah lah kan dekat dalam ni. I cakap seseorang. Korang ni ada ke tak ada ni sebenarnya?
Ada doktor.
Itulah. Duduk senyap je. Alamak. Kejap ya. I jawab my phone call sekejap. Okay, hari ni I'm not sure, I lupa sebenarnya. I lupa sebenarnya. Have I share with you the cost benefit analysis punya slide before this? I lupa. Where do we stop last time? Yang ni dah ke belum? This one. Okay. Ke manusia-manusia ni. Korang, I tak dengar suara korang lah. Ada sesiapa cuba menjawab ke tidak ni? I tanya you guys, yang ini kita dah cover ke belum hari tu? Ada sesiapa boleh confirm kan?
Maaf doktor, saya tak pasti. Tak ingat.
Yang CBA tu. Ada sesiapa tak boleh tolong confirmkan? Last time siapa yang masuk kelas? Dah macam sebulan ni, dia macam dah tak ingat ni. Okay. Alright lah. So kalau macam tu maybe kita cover sedikit je dekat ini balik semula because yang ni kita quite important. Okay. I bagi at least one question on this CBA punya chapter dekat dalam you punya exam ataupun test 2. Kita tak ada exam, we have 2 tests which is test 1 and test 2. So in the test 2 you have this CBA question. So if katalah I dah cover ke tak cover ke, korang pun tak ingat, kita cuba cover balik semula lah lagi sekali. Okay, so very simple one yang ini, nothing much. Actually hari ni I plan nak bagi you on the sensitivity analysis, tapi sensitivity analysis pun just a very short one, dalam 4 to 5 slides je, but okay lah, kita boleh refresh balik our CBA. So basically apa yang berbeza CBA ni, dia lebih kurang sama. If you see the calculation later, dia very straightforward as the name, cost benefits, nama je analysis, but it's actually just a simple formula je lah. It's a comparing between the cost and benefits, which one is more. If the benefits is more than the cost, it's a positive value, that is a very good indicator. And if you put it in the ratio form, the benefits over cost, if you have a result of 1 and above, it means that it's a good indicator lah. It's a project viable for you to proceed. So nothing much different between the NPV, IRR and ROI. It's just that in this CBA, you have to have a more detailed analysis or elements that you need to consider. Okay, if you calculate under NPV and IRR, it's more towards the financial elements aspect. But for this CBA is much more wider, where you need to calculate or you need to consider all the social benefits, economical benefits, and every aspect of benefits that can be considered in the project. Okay, so it's much more detailed lah basically the CBA, and yeah. And this is the purpose of the CBA, that why we have the CBA, because it can justify the feasibility of the project, because it has more details consideration or aspect that you need to put in. Okay, and then a few steps. This is a generic step of conducting a CBA. Very subjective or very narrative. If you can see, there's nothing much on the calculation. Because this technique is more towards justifying your decision and your result. Okay, you get a numeric result, okay, using the NPV or IRR, and you can, this one is to support or to justify further, okay, of your preliminary result. Okay, so that's why in CBA analysis, the first step that you need to the first step that you need to do is setting up your project goals and objectives, because later the step 1, the goals and objective, will justify back whatever decision that you have made. Okay, so sometimes after you do the calculation, you find out that the calculation is not supporting the result. You get a negative value or a cost ratio bigger than the benefits. So, however, it can be justifiable back using your listed goal and objective earlier. That is why it is important for you to first thing first to set up the goals and objective clearly in the project. I think that is also what you need to do in your IDP, whereby you need to know the goals and objective. Goals and objective is basically the types of your project lah. Okay, some of you ada macam sekolah mawib, kan, ada yang you buat macam dormitory. So what is the purpose of having sekolah? So the objective of having sekolah must be okay, so ciri-ciri of the project of sekolah. That is your goal is nak build up a sekolah. So the sekolah is sekolah agama. Okay, so what is the ciri-ciri or the characteristic of the sekolah, the requirements of the sekolah, that will be later in the list of ni lah, of you punya project lah. So maksudnya that is why you kena tahu dulu projek ni pasal apa. Okay, apa matlamat dan objektif buat projek ni. Is it for tourism? Is it for community? Is it for social benefits? For the NGO punya purpose? Kalau NGO memang langsung tak ada ambil profit lah kan. Is it for memang untuk commercial values? Okay, so you kena tahu the project goals tu dulu. Later, that's why I cakap, later the calculation is to support. If the calculation is supporting your decision and goals, then that's fine. If it's another way around, so you need to justify. So this is where you need to use back the goals to justify you punya decision later, if necessary lah. Okay. And then note alternatives. So maksudnya try to list out all alternatives that you have. Okay, contoh kalau macam nak is a project macam you punya IDP tu kan, you ada 2-3 alternative site. You ada 3 alternative site. So that one is given to you, 3. So in real life, kita tak ada given 3 ke berapa. So try to explore all alternatives that you have. Okay, berapa banyak alternatif yang ada. Okay, try to list out. That is number 2. And then try to list out the stakeholders. This one very important. Okay, you kena tahu you punya target market, you punya siapa yang akan fund, siapa you punya developer, who's the stakeholders, financial support. Okay, so list out you punya stakeholders. And then number 4, choose which metric to use. This one lebih kepada you punya ni lah, designing later. And then number 5, determine the outcome of cost and benefit. Yang ini yang important because ini yang paling critical lah. The detail you punya cost and benefit elements yang you senaraikan, it means that lebih tepat you punya CBA yang result yang you akan dapat. So it's very much depend on this step, which is you need to determine you punya outcome of cost and benefits as detailed as possible. Apa yang terlintas dalam kepala, just list out. Okay, so maksudnya sedetail yang boleh. And then use the common, okay ni currency is Malaysian lah, tak ada apa lah. And then discount rate, okay, figure out the discount rate. Okay, this one lebih kepada economic kita punya situation, berapa sekarang ni kadar interest, all the kadar financial punya rates lah yang akan involve. Biasanya kita akan tengok dia punya interest rate lah. Okay, for tahun ni berapa agak-agaknya, tahun lepas berapa, sometimes we can predict kan. After 3 to 5 years, okay, kita tengok the trend so we can predict. So this year kita agak-agak berapa macam tu lah, macam diorang predict dividend untuk ASB ke apa kan. So same to here, so you need to do some prediction, agak-agak berapakah figure out the discount rate for this particular year yang involve dekat you punya project ni. Kalau dia 2-3 tahun, so dalam 2-3 tahun tu apakah agak-agaknya range of the margin you punya discount rate yang you boleh letak. And then find the NPV of the product. Okay, and then do the sensitivity analysis and make decision. Okay, this is basically the cost benefit analysis. Step yang ada tu semua lebih kurang sama je dengan you punya NPV, kecuali step yang macam saya cakap tadi lah. Number 1, which is the goal and objective. And then dia punya stakeholders. Previously kita tak kisah sangat about the stakeholders. Tapi dalam CBA we need to list out the stakeholders. As I said, all those yang subjective matters dekat atas tu will be later used as your justification of your decision. Okay, and then we have to determine the outcome, cost and benefits. Yang lain-lain pun ada, it's just yang ini lebih detail, lebih terperinci, whereby you need to list out all benefits towards benda yang subjektif juga, yang bukan monetary, yang macam social benefit especially towards the community, towards the penduduk, towards the growth of the area, benda macam itulah. Okay, it's not the monetary yang memang okay duit, the transaction, duit masuk rental ke, sewaan ataupun pembelian ke, pembayaran gaji ke, it's not something like that lah. Benda yang subjective matters. Okay. Alright, so kat sini kita ada, dia ada lebih detail dekat sini, apakah dia benda-bendanya. So I think you can read it later lah ini. And then how accurate, macam cakap tadi, accuracy is depending on your data input. How accurate your data, that will determine you punya accuracy of your CBA. The more elements ataupun the more consideration that you put in, the accurate your CBA result that you can get. Okay. Right. Limitation dia basically this CBA is not suitable. Dia hanya suitable for the smaller and mid-size, not for the long period ataupun the bigger project. Why? Because biasanya kita buat CBA ni at the earlier. So bila kita dekat dalam beginning of the project, so kalau project tu terlalu lama, our prediction ada limitation dekat kita punya prediction. So kita susah nak predict benda yang 3 tahun akan datang, 4 tahun, 5 tahun akan datang, what happen, kan. So kalau macam setahun, 2 tahun kita masih okay lagi. Tapi like macam 5 years from now, 6 years from now or 10 years from now, project, okay katalah project paling lama 5 years lah kata, that's the longest lah kata kan. So 5 years from now, it's hard for us to predict lah, to put in all the element or aspect that you need to consider in 5 years from now. So that is why this analysis is more suitable to the mid or smaller project. Okay, not suitable for the long case. Right. Okay, so yang ini adalah a few samples. Saya bagi beberapa contoh samples. So samples ni kalau you tengok after you tengok ketiga-tiga samples nanti, you akan dapati that dia tak ada fixed calculation of doing CBA. Yang ini dia kira macam-macam campur je. Next dia kira pakai ratio. Next dia kira pakai comparative table saja. So maksudnya there's no fixed calculation of formula. Biasa bila kita sebut nak buat calculation mesti tanya formula dia apa. Macam NPV pun dia ada formula dia. IRR dia ada formula dia. So you have the formula, you find the figure, okay apa figure-figure ni, put in the formula and then you get the result. So for this CBA dia tak ada specific formula because the principle of having the CBA is for you to be able to compare or to decide based on your judgment. Okay, sedetail mana you punya analysis tu, the comparison between the cost and the benefits itself. So kalau you tengok kat sini kan, nanti contohnya ni dia cuma very simple one. And then contoh seterusnya, ini dia pakai ratio whereby dia bahagikan the benefit over cost. Okay, dia dapat benefit over cost, dia dapat ratio berapa. Kalau kita tengok, kalau I bagi you dalam 2 minit, okay, I give you like 2 minutes to read the questions. Lepas tu, I discuss on the jawapan. Okay, I give you like 1 minute sajalah, 1 minute, okay, to read the question dekat atas tu. This one is very simple example. Okay, dah? Okay, so this example is regarding the health center. Health center tu dia nak dia dah predict, okay. Dia kata within, okay, the management analyze the time horizon for 1 year. Okay, dalam masa setahun they can collect the total revenue around 200k. Okay, 200k total revenue. Revenue means dia punya hasil. Okay, revenue means plus lah the benefits. Okay, tapi however, this will be possible if, okay, ini condition dia lah, kalau nak dapat 200k, apa you kena buat? Berapa banyak cost you need to spend? So if you want to have this 200k as your profit, this is what you should spend to be your cost. Which is apa dia? You kena beli equipment. Equipment berapa banyak? 100k, 100k for the equipment you need to buy. The salary of the physician. Okay, physician ada 70k. And then cost of hiring and training adalah 5K. So this is all the cost. 1, 2, 3. Kita ada cost. Therefore, to calculate the CBA is very simple. Yang ni dia pakai ratio saja. So you total up you punya cost, which is the cost of salary, equipment dan juga hiring. Ini terbalik ni. 100 ni adalah equipment, bukan salary. So equipment, salary dan juga training. You totalkan dia punya cost. And then, so cost dia adalah, additionally, there is a cost of spending consultation room which stand another 10K. So kat sini, ni ada cost lagi kat situ. Tapi kat sini tak masuk kira pun that 10K. Katalah tak masuk kira kan. Patutnya dia masukkanlah kat situ. 185. Okay. Lepas tu, okay. Therefore, dia kira dia gunakan the benefits and cost ratio. So atas ni is the, bawah ni is the benefits and cost ratio. So cost and benefits ratio. So they get the 0.8. So bila dia dapat 0.8, so giving the value of positive and the total figure greater than the cost, total figure greater than the cost. Alright, so bila dia punya total figure greater than the cost, so maksudnya benda tu feasible untuk kita buat. Alright, so sekarang ni, I rasa sampel ni macam tak betul ni. Sebabnya kalau kita tengok kat sini, the cost adalah 175. This is the cost. And then you add another 10K. This is also the cost, which will sum up into the 185. So 185 adalah untuk you punya cost. Sedikit berbeza lah calculation ini, salah sikit. So 185 and then you punya total benefits adalah 200. So kalau 185 and 200, okay, betul lah, maksudnya you punya profit lebih banyak lagi daripada you punya cost. And then you punya maknanya betul lah, maknanya is a feasible project and can be beneficial to the company. Okay, so ni kena betulkan sikit ni. This is 185 ni patutnya. You need to consider the 10K. Kita tak boleh tinggal kat situ lah. Sorry So nanti tolong betulkan lah. 185 over 200. Okay, yang ratio ni, it depends tau. Kalau your ratio, you letak benefit dekat atas. So if you put the benefit on the upper part, benefit over cost. Macam ni dia cakap benefit over cost. Tapi bila dia calculate cost over benefit. So it's different. Kalau you calculate benefit over cost and you get your result is greater than 1. Greater than 1 means it's okay. If it is lower than 1 means it's not okay lah. Kalau you kira terbalik, you can be both ways. You can calculate benefit over cost ke, cost over benefit ke. But you need to understand the result. Okay, kalau you calculate cost over benefits, kan, kalau dapat cost over benefit, so your cost is bigger, maksudnya you dapat greater than 1, so maksudnya tak feasible lah. So it depends on mana formula you nak pakai. You nak buat yang mana satu. It's just a very logic, simple one. Kalau you pakai benefit over cost, benefit bigger, you get more than 1, is a good one, good indicator. Tapi kalau kata your friend nak kira pakai cost over benefit pun boleh, acceptable. Tapi jangan bila you dah kira cost over benefit, you dapat positif and then you dapat positif bigger than 1, you kata oh it's a possible feasible to be proceed. Then salah lah. So you kena faham yang mana you pakai. You kena faham benefit over cost or cost over benefit. It's up to you. Both can. But you need to understand and faham apa result yang you dapat. Okay, dia tak ada kata oh ni salah, tu betul. As I said, CBA is very subjective. It's very justifiable. So, dia susah nak kata salah lah. Okay. And then the next one, this one is simple cost benefit analysis. Okay. Ni ada sedikit calculation. Yang ini lebih detail. Okay, contoh kita bagi example of the project. You have to choose whether you want to proceed with project 1 or project 2. Okay, project 1, okay, dia bagilah detail macam ni. Banyak ni. So kalau ada detail banyak ni, you kena segregate kan lah. As I said previously, you need to segregate which one is the cost, which one is the profit or benefits, which one is the plus and the minus. So you bacalah satu ni, you buatlah your own cara ke, you nak letak indikator, nak highlight kali merah, kali biru, hijau ke, merah, hijau, merah, hijau, merah, hijau ke, ataupun you nak buat table lain, cost, benefits ke, tak kisahlah apa cara pun. But the first step is you need to segregate which one is the cost, which one is the benefits. Because kita ni dalam tajuk CBA. So apa-apa pun dalam CBA ni is kita nak tengok the different cost and benefits. Itu je objektif dia, nak tengok the different cost and benefits. So sedetail mana question that will be given to you, you need to able to segregate or identify which one is the cost, which one is the benefits, and then total up. Total up and you see the comparison. That's all. Itu je objektif dia. So kat dalam ni kita ada project 1, project 2. So kalau you ada a few other alternatif lain, katalah contoh-contoh lain, dia ada project combination, project 1, project 2 dan project 3. Mungkin dia nak kata okay, ni juga boleh diintegratekan, campur maybe 1 campur 2, 1 campur 3. So you try to explore all the possibility. Remember kita ni step nombor 2 tadi, list down all the alternative. So macam ni pun, ni dia tak adalah kata suruh fikirkan alternatif. Kalau ada question yang kata kena fikir alternatif, fikirlah alternatif apa yang possible lagi untuk dibuat. What combination that you can have. Okay. So macam ni kita ada project 1, dia nak build 500 housing units. And then project 2, 400 housing unit. Ni banyaklah detail ni, korang baca lah later ya. Saya bagi teknik saja. So that kita boleh cepatlah sikit kan. Okay, so basically dia adalah rental, dia ada construction cost, whatever cost adalah cost lah. Okay. And then ada project ni is a luxury office. So maksudnya this is another cost. Nak kena buat office. Okay, duration 3 years, duration 2 years. Okay. So put it in a table so that it's easier. As I said, you nak letak dalam table ke, or you want to have your own color coding ke, it's up to you as long as you can understand what you're doing. Okay, as for my concern, I need to know this one sahaja. As long as you can give me the right total cost, the right total benefit, then that's fine. Okay, it's either you nak buat table ni ke, you nak buat color ke, nak kira on the air ke, it's up to you lah. Tapi kalau boleh jangan on the air lah. Sebab kalau on the air tu, I tak nampak kat mana salah dia kalau you salah. So, I tak boleh nak, I have to like totally, okay, wrong, salah, pangkah kat situ. So, kalau you ada macam ni, I boleh nampak, katalah you kira total ni tak betul kan, kurang ke lebih. So, I can patah balik, kat mana yang you dah tersalah kategorikan tu. Macam tu. Okay. So, if possible, show me the working apa dia panggil? Kerja lah, you punya jalan kerja. Okay. So macam ni dia put it in the table, it's easier for you to see. Okay. And then you need to calculate lah berapakah project project 1 and project 2 punya cost and benefits. As this one, the cost adalah, this one you later you tengok in detail lah. This one dia summarize kan. So the total for the cost untuk project 1 adalah this much, 61 million. Okay. And then project 2 is 44 million. 44k. This one K ke million lah? Million. Okay. Okay, and then benefits, dia dah total up the benefits. Benefits will be like 63 millions and project 2 is 54 millions. Okay. So apa dia buat kat sini, dia just put it in a comparison table whereby they just simply minus the benefits over cost. So if, as I said just now, you need to know what you're doing. If you do the benefits minus cost, so it's going to give you positive value, then it's okay. If another way around, if you put it the cost minus your benefits and you get positive value, then it's not okay. So it depends on what that you need, you divide or you minus. Okay. So as this one is the benefits minus the cost. So benefits minus the cost, they get a positive value for both of the project. So how to choose? Now we have both positive values. So of course we need to choose the bigger figure. Okay, because the bigger figure showing that it's a bigger money coming in lah. Okay, as this one you just making profit for 1 million, and as for project 2 you're making profit for 10 millions. And plus, if you can see, by having project 2 you get a bigger profit margin, which is 10 million with the minimal cost of your capital cost, which is only 35 million. Comparing to project 1, you have a cost of construction cost is around like 50 millions. Okay, so you spend lesser cost, but yet you're doing bigger profit. So of course the project will be more favorable, okay, to be proceed. Alright, so that is a second example. Oh, I tak ada lagi dua je. Ada. Okay, dua je, sorry. Okay, so using cost benefit in project management, this is why lah basically they like to use the in project management, because you can justify lah basically. You can put in the social connotation into your consideration. Okay, and then ultimately it's all depend on your company strategic goals. That is why the first thing first, your step you kena letak tadi adalah project goals dan juga project objective. And then you list out you punya alternative yang ada, all available alternative that you have. Okay, because in this calculation, in this analysis, ultimately you need to depends on your company strategic goals as well. Okay, this one yang akan later mengubah atau menentukan you punya decision. Even though the figure nanti you dapat positif ke, negatif ke, above 1 ke, below 1 ke, but still you need to refer back kepada you punya strategic goals and objective. So that's why benda tu, it's the first thing first you need to list out. Okay, itu beza benda ni. Sebab benda ni dia lebih intellectual sikit lah. Dia taklah terlalu rigid, taklah terlalu robot. Okay, maksudnya you dapat positif, mesti kata okay. Dapat negatif, mesti kata tak okay. Macam tu. Yang ini, even though you have the negative indicator, but you still can justify and proceed you punya decision. Okay, because selain daripada all other cost that you have, dekat dalam you punya senarai, you ada intangible cost dekat sini. Intangible cost adalah benda yang tak ada dekat dalam mana-mana teknik pengiraan financial yang lain. Okay, economic tools yang lain, dia tak ada intangible cost dekat situ. Hanya dekat CBA saja you have opportunities, okay, to consider you punya intangible cost ataupun benefits, which are difficult to identify and measure. Okay, for example macam apa? Macam customer satisfaction, productivity level, kan macam tadi. Okay, by having by spending certain cost untuk renovation, apa yang you dapat dekat dalam you punya health center tadi. Maybe you can have the customer satisfaction increase and productivity level increase because okay, the working environment different. We have a more modern working environment, vibrant, so all the workers are happy to work. Those things you cannot measure. Customer satisfaction as well. Okay, you get customer more coming to your health center because the new setup. Okay, because they love with the new environment, the Bali punya konsep ke whatever ke. But can you measure their satisfaction? You cannot measure. So, but in this CBA, you able to put in those elements, those intangible elements into your consideration. That is the beauty of this CBA. Okay? Alright. Beside from that, this is another example of intangible that you can put it in. For example, it's a value of time, travel time saving. Okay, by having route A, okay, maybe 2 hours. Having this project, you can shorten up the routes, so it's only take you time like one hour of travel time. So saving that 1 hour tu is equivalent to berapa? So maksudnya those intangible costs ataupun intangible benefits that you can list out dekat dalam you punya CBA punya analysis. And then reliability and then road capacity of the drivers. Ni contoh-contoh yang untuk road drivers lah, beside from the customer satisfaction, productivity level, benda-benda macam tadi itulah. Okay. So that's why I say this is the beauty of the CBA, because this is where the only tools that you can put it in all those intangible elements inside the consideration. Okay, a little bit on the because dekat dalam kita punya senarai, dalam kita punya 10 step of the CBA tadi, the last one, okay, before you decide, they recommended for you to do the sensitivity analysis. So I just bagi introduction sahajalah kot, sensitivity analysis tu apa benda. Kita tak adalah plan untuk calculate ke, bagi contoh example ke apa ke lah. Okay, so I just bagi some theoretical explanation aje lah apa kebenaran lah tu, because I don't plan that to give you exam to test you on this sensitivity dekat dalam this course lah kot for this semester. Sebelum ni pun tak ada pun. Okay, sebelum ni tak sentuh pun dah buat sensitivity analysis. But I think I need to introduce lah, because benda ni macam quite basic kan. So kita just explain je apa ke benda sensitivity analysis tu. So okay, sekejap kita buka slide dulu. Sekejap kita tukar dulu slide sensitivity ni. Okay, sekejap. Before that, for CBA ni tadi ada apa-apa tak? Ada apa-apa tak nak tanya? So yang ini adalah saya tak sure saya dah upload ke tak dekat UKM Folio. Kalau belum nanti kejap lagi saya buat lah. Okay, saya check balik. Cuma as I said, this one is very important because I ada masukkan satu soalan on CBA. And then as you punya project assignment pun hari tu I kata macam I minta you buat CBA kan, selain daripada SWOT. You dah buat SWOT on the first part, cuma the second part I belum minta adalah minta you buat CBA on you punya IDP. Okay, so hari tu I ada beritahu I minta you buat CBA, simple CBA. Simple CBA maksudnya macam ni je lah. This is as simple as possible. Ikut je dia punya step ni. Step number 1 you dah ada. Alternative you dah ada 3. Stakeholders ni tak payah lah kan. Okay. And then, okay. Actually, what you need to do is number 1, number 2 and number 5. Okay, number 5 ni yang penting. So, list out number 5. Lepas tu, make decision 10. Okay, kita skip sensitivity pun tak payah buat. Finding net present. Finding net present ni masuk sekali lah. So, you need to do number 1, number 2, and then number 5, and then find the NPV, number 8. It's either number 8 ataupun you terus buat the CBA analysis tadi tu lah. I rasa, okay, kita skip number 8 tapi kita terus buat yang macam tadi ni. Yang macam example 1 dan 2. Yang ni. Okay, you dah list out all the parameters, all the indicators and parameters. Apa yang you terfikir, and then you dah segregatekan into the cost and juga benefits. You dah totalkan dia, and then kita buat macam ni lah. Just plus minus ataupun dan you buat dua, plus minus dan juga in terms of ratio. Example yang health center ni. Okay. So tak payah kira NPV. You buat ini je. Okay. Dengan assumption that whatever cost yang you masukkan dekat dalam ni, you dah kira sekali interest rate dia lah. Contohnya kalau macam tak payahlah NPV. Sepatutnya kena tapi tak payahlah. Okay. Kita tak payahlah kira interest tu kat sini. Okay, sepatutnya you kena kira interest sekali tapi tak apalah. Kita kira cost saja. Cost dan juga benefits. Senaraikan macam ni. Put it in the table. And then summation. And then the calculation and also the ratio. Okay. Itu adalah untuk you punya assignment, project, IDP. Alright. And then test itu later kita akan ada test itu next week. So next week kita akan ada e-test 1. I plan untuk start dengan e-test 1 next week. Dan you ada lagi berapa minggu dah lost ni sebenarnya. Dah campur dengan tolak-tolak minggu bertenang semua. Aku dah tak tahu dah kita minggu berapa ni. You ada berapa minggu lagi sebenarnya ni? Afiq. Nampak nama Afiq. Afiq ada tak? Afiq Isham. Ada ke tak ada kat dalam ni? Nampak nama hidup tu ada. Ada? Okay Afiq. Kita minggu ke berapa ni? Kita ada berapa minggu lagi?
Yang
macam tu je lah. Kita ada berapa minggu lagi?
Itu pun saya tak pasti Doktor, sebab saya pun lost juga.
Ha?
Saya pun tak pasti lah sebab saya pun lost juga. Tinggal berapa minggu.
Rasa macam ada lagi 4 minggu macam tu kan?
Doktor sebab banyak sangat minggu bertenang.
Hmm.
So, jadi berdebar sekarang.
Banyak sangat minggu bertemenang dah jadi berdebar. Okay, I think kita ada lagi 3 minggu kot. 3 atau 4 minggu lah. So, 1 minggu I akan gunakan untuk test 1, 1 minggu I akan gunakan untuk test 2, 1 minggu lagi I akan gunakan untuk you punya IDP CBA assignment. Okay. It's just that adakah you nak berturut-turut test 1 and test 2 dan CBA, tapi I would suggest that kita start dengan test 1. Test 1, let me see the calendar. Test 1 adalah 20 hari bulan. Okay. And then 27 I bagi CBA for IDP. Sebab CBA IDP tu you kena ambil masa untuk you nak kena buat. Kalau test tu dia habis on the spot. Habis test, habislah. So IDP CBA tu dah boleh start dah sebenarnya. And then next one adalah 3rd of February. Okay. Ni lepas Raya Cina. Raya Cina cuti sampai 2 hari bulan je kan? 3 dah sekolah dah kot. 3 dah kerja dah ni. Okay. 3rd of February. Okay, so at the moment, itu jadual kita. Next week, I akan bagi you test 1. So, be prepared untuk test 1. Test 1 adalah the fundamental, the first part of kita punya economic tools. Yang first part yang macam I cerita dulu lah, first part pasal yang basic of the economic tools, iaitu the TVM, okay, the compounded interest, benda-benda macam tu lah, yang economic basic fundamental, yang first part. And then e-test tu adalah yang second part, yang itu yang ada payback period, profitability index, NPV tak ada, NPV the first part, CBA, okay, itu adalah the second e-test tu, second part of you punya economic evaluation. The first test 1, economic tools, fundamental tools, and then economic evaluation, and then IDP CBA. Okay. Alright. So, tadi kan. So, untuk CBA ni ada apa-apa soalan ke? Tak ada. Tak ada.
So untuk test 1 tadi masuk TBM.
Macam mana? Tak dengar.
Yang untuk test 1 tadi.
Yang untuk test 1 tadi,
TBM.
Yang masuk?
Compounded interest. Topik 2 dan topik 3.
Topik 2 dan topik 3 tu apa benda? Boleh tak you sebut topik 2 dengan 3 tu apa? I pun tak ingat. Lecture 2, lecture 3
UTM ada nota, ada TVM, ada compounded interest.
Yes, tu semua ada masuk. Lagi? TVM ada, compounded interest ada lagi?
NPV.
Apa?
NPV.
Ada?
Test 1 lah.
Ada 3 dia. I think IRR masuk situ sekali. NPV dan IRR. Itu adalah the economic punya fundamental tools. NPV dan IRR kan dia saling berkait. Kan saya cakap the IRR adalah adalah apabila NPV sama juga dengan 0 kan. Dia adalah another way contradict to the NPV. So dua-dua ada. So ada 4 soalan lah kat situ. And then e-test tu yang selebihnya lah. E-test tu lebih kepada application lah. Application maksudnya untuk you calculate macam guna CBA, Macam guna payback period. Kita ada berapa itu? Payback period, profitability index. Lagi? Kita ada CBA baru-baru ni. Tu je lah. Dia agak panjang lah sikit soalan tu. Untuk e-test 2. Sebab soalan tu dia kena detail sebab dia application. So dia application tu I kena bagi senario sikit. Soalan dia nampaklah panjang. So dia ada 3 soalan je kat situ. 3 ke 4.
Doktor,
Hmm.
profitability index tu test 1 ke test 2?
Apa dia?
Profitability index.
Mhm.
Index tu dalam test 1 ke test 2?
Test tu. Test tu. Profitability index. Test tu. Dia adalah evaluation. Project evaluation. Dia mana-mana. Project evaluation ni mana-mana yang melibatkan you need to choose this on that. Ni atau ni. Ni atau ni. Kaedah untuk nak decide. Kalau you ada 2-3 alternatif kan. Okay. Nak pakai ni ke nak pakai yang tu. So PI tu dekat dalam part 2. Project evaluation. Alright. So, kalau tak ada apa-apa, itulah. Please pay attention lah dekat yang CBA tadi tu. CBA tu maksud I tadi, kalau you diberi beberapa configuration, maksudnya boleh ada a few alternative, you kena list outkan all possible alternative. Kalau dia ada 7 ke 8, 9 ke, senaraikanlah semua. Okay. Boleh? Okay. Alright. Dekat kedua. Korang ada kelas lain ke kedua? Okay, I tengok dekat iFolio. I rasa slide tadi macam I tak masukkan lagi. So, I masukkan kejap lagi ni lah. So, kalau tak ada apa-apa, minggu depan kita e-test 1 E-test 1 dekat dalam UKM Folio. So, I akan set dekat situ. Dia akan ada time. So, akan set time. Mula mungkin soalan tu tak lama lah, dalam 1.5 jam je. So, ataupun I set pukul, kita start awal boleh habis awal kan. So, sharp pukul 12 lah So, next week sharp pukul 12, you masuk dekat UKM Folio and then you buat and you upload you punya jawapan dekat dalam UKM Folio juga. Please upload dalam bentuk PDF format. Jangan upload dalam bentuk Excel ke, dalam bentuk Words ke. I faham benda tu boleh dibuat dalam Excel. Tapi please upload dalam bentuk PDF format. Alright. Jangan bagi I Excel. I tak nak tengok you punya formula. I nak PDF format je. So senang I nak mark terus. Tu je lah. Kalau yang siapa-siapa tak upload dalam PDF format, then I akan reject. I nak PDF format je. Even dekat dalam tu pun I dah set dah. Memang hanya boleh upload PDF format saja. So kalau you terlupa, tak dia nak upload tu, maybe you terlupa kan, dah panik-panik tu, check balik the format. Dah you kira pakai Excel ke apa ke, you boleh copy paste dia punya jawapan dekat dalam Words, you compile semua dalam Words and then later you PDF kan pun okay. It's up to you macam mana nak buat, as long as apa yang I dapat adalah in PDF format. Tu je. Right? Okay. Kalau tak ada apa-apa, then I guess kita jumpa next week, sharp pukul 12. So, kalau sesiapa yang ada appointment booster ke apa ke, bagi tahu I awal. Ataupun try to reschedule korang punya booster. Untuk next week. Sebab orang kata booster tu okey je. Kalau you skip nanti minggu depan dia panggil je balik semula. Tak apa, dia skip 1 minggu. I pun baru ambil hari semalam. So okay. Alright, so kalau tak ada apa-apa tu je lah kot for today. Thank you very much for your attention. So see you next week. So be prepared dengan you punya Excel lah next week. Okay, itu saja daripada saya. Kalau tak ada apa-apa lagi, tak ada apa-apa soalan ke apa ke, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Ada apa-apa? Tak ada? Tak ada? Okay.
Then, Aikam minggu depan.
Yep. I can miss.
Right.
Yeah.
Doktor.
Alright. Okay, thank you. Bye.